Gentleman from Texas is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Madam Chairman, my amendment is really straightforward and one which I've offered year after year after year after year on the floor of the House of Representatives. It would eliminate funding for the absolute worst performing line, one line on the Amtrak system, a line that is known as the Sunset Limited, and it runs from New Orleans to Los Angeles. Madam Chairman, the Amtrak Reform and Accountability Act of 1997 required that Amtrak operate without any federal assistance after 2002. Amtrak was supposed to be free of federal operating subsidies. Yet, despite this common sense requirement that Amtrak cease their financial irresponsibility and mismanagement, instead it cost the taxpayers $396.31 per rider per year on this line. That's $396.31 to subsidize the travels of passengers from New Orleans to Los Angeles, a trip that takes nearly 48 hours, assuming the train is on time. Madam Chairman, we could buy everybody a free ticket on an airline from New Orleans to Los Angeles and probably end up saving money. However, according to Amtrak's most recent performance report, the Sunset Limited only arrives on time 46% of the time. So it might even make sense for somebody to get there not only quicker, but also cheaper. This place, the Sunset Limited, is one of the top 10 worst on-time routes for any of Amtrak's routes in its latest performance report. Madam Chairman, taxpayers should be happy that the train really doesn't run more often. But when it does run, the route loses an average of $40 million a year. So my amendment is the first step, once again, in instilling just a small measure, joining the gentleman from Georgia, in fiscal discipline that Amtrak should be told today that it has to establish. If it cannot manage itself with its worst, most expensive performing line, then God help us all. If they won't do it, we're going to. And failure to do so will only allow Amtrak to continue misusing and wasting taxpayer dollars. So it's just very simple. I'm asking that my colleagues join with me and say that the worst performing, the most cost prohibitive line would be stopped by Amtrak. So I think it makes sense to say no more Sunset Limited. So I urge all my colleagues to support this amendment, and I yield back my time.
Gentleman from Texas yields back.